Another stock market week has finished. You can see the pain. Look at this. Apple's down and Microsoft, your Googles. Everything took one hell of a giving. We're going to explain what happened briefly last week, some of the chaos that came out. We're going to talk about why this, unfortunately, is not the end. This is only the beginning. What is the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy, Hold, Sell. Hope, of course, you're all well. Today's video is our week ahead. Do these every single week. Anyone new to the channel, this sort of gives us a roundup of last week and it looks forward to the week ahead. I talk about the trades that I have done. I talk about the stuff that we have won in the Discord. And of course, I share some sort of insight into the indices. First off, last week was brutal. Showed you the heat map there, just absolute chaos. On Monday, we got a bit of a rally and I put this in. I said, I see the dollar selling off and stocks rallying. That's what I think will happen. And I put that in on the 29th of September. And that's what happened. The dollar sold off. We got a bit of a rally. Did the rally go anywhere near the expectations that we would have hoped? Absolutely not. We got about 3 days of a run, if you want to call it that. And I said, this played out tremendously well. I have a small short on it and keep it going for a bit longer. That was on the UUP, which is shorting the dollar. So many different trades set up. People jumped on to some of the swing trades as well in the group. The ASML, we had 3 times leverage. We jumped in and out, picked up a nice sort of 6-7% there. Scalped 1.5% of Hertz. Got FTSE 7%, 5 times leveraged on the back of the news that they were doing a U-turn. What an absolute mess the UK's in, which we'll get into. We were in REUTERS over the last 3 months, over 125% up. That was closed out, done. Google's flying. Coinbase, we're in and out. We grabbed the 1%. I said about my whole 75% gape on Virgin Galactic. I haven't bought any Virgin Galactic and I'll actually show you. So I bought on the 26th of October at $19, which meant it was already down 70% at that time. I thought, oh, this is not a bad time to nibble for a long hold. That was almost a year ago now. Crazy. Down 70% already from $19. So this whole dollar cost average, and sometimes you have to look at it that way. If you keep throwing money in, you can still get hurt. Where that initial buy, I didn't like the way the markets were. I let it fall. Shouldn't have done that in hindsight. I should have went, no, this is cut the cord. This is bad. But last October, forgive me, but there wasn't too many people thinking that this was going to be a bear market. Virtually nobody was really saying that. Most people thought it was a buy your dip opportunity. I sat back and just sat with my cards and went, I'll just wait and see what way this plays out. And then unfortunately, we know what happened. The next few months, it just went really, really gapey. Very, very quick. Very, very hard. I thought, well, look, for all it is in it, I was looking to build a position. And then you convince yourself to keep into these trades. Then I got to the point where I was like, I don't want Virgin Galactic. It's not that I'm worried specifically about the company. I do think that they'll have money issues, but not that I'm worried too much about that. It's more, why would I want to average down into this company? And that's what I keep telling everyone in the Discord. Think about your stocks. Think about, has things changed? Do you really want to be putting in an average down on a penny stock or something that you're maybe not so much bullish on, or perhaps the fundamentals have changed over the last sort of 12 months, for example, ABML. I'm not loving the fundamental side of things there, but I'm still considering averaging down. But should I be standing back and going, why average into this when I can get Apple a 40-50% discount, Tesla a 60% discount? I'm saying these are the scenarios that you could be coming into, and I'm looking at these penny stocks or looking at these pump and dumpers and I'm going, why am I in this now? Things have changed. So you're okay to reassess things, especially with the likely outcome. There's going to be some of the best companies going at discount, and don't be afraid to recognize that and maybe just think about, okay, I'm really hurt. I should average down on this. I'll maybe have a slight nibble, but I'm going to actually put my money into Apple or whatever it may be. Then I went on to say, okay, people did a lot of buying and selling, see throughout the channels. The profit cancelled out the losses. Some good wins, some gapes, especially on Tesla. People will watch my video last week will know how I got caught with the pants down on Tesla. Tesla has hurt me. Not worried about it long term, not worried about anything. And I've done a video for tomorrow on Codal and Premier African Minerals. It's a combined video, and within that, I sort of share the thought process here. We're going into even more uncertain times. This is only the start. So what do you want to do with your money? Do you want it all in Tesla? I'm not worried about it long term. I know it's going to be fine, but do I really want to have my money potentially in something for 18 months and doing nothing? Potentially even pull back more? No. So I managed my risks. I cleared the decks. I said, of course, I'll continue doing my day trade, smash and grabs in and out. No problem with that. But I did say here, look, I believe there's one hell of a gaping and it's coming. We have been prepared for this since November, October last year. Check out the videos. We started talking about this. I've been pinned the Apple video to my YouTube channel. That has been there for months, and that is what I'm looking for before I say there's a bottom. And until then, or the charts change, that is my plan. It has not changed. I have not deviated away from it at all. I have said the same thing consistently on this channel for well over 6 months. And from the due diligence that we have done in the previous videos, I have clearly outlined that the average bear market is 38%. And I believe this could potentially be the worst stock market crash of the entire history of it. But not to be too bearish, as a minimum, I'm looking for 38% before I would consider start buying the dip. And the gape is so bad at the moment that they're even having FIFA players called gape. I've been sharing some great short videos. These are Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett quotes that have came out recently. They're literally saying this could be the worst thing ever. Great shorts, definitely recommend going and watching them, very interesting. So let's have a look. What to expect in this week's markets? Well, the US equities markets tumbled on Friday. It's a stronger than expected jobs report. We've been covering this for a while now. As long as the job report still looks strong, the Fed will see encouragement to continue to increase rates. It shows that the economic climate is strong. It shows that jobs aren't being reduced, which shows the economy can cope with more interest rates. Now, I have two theories on this. The first theory is job reports are going up. Yes. Why could that be? Is it because Joe Blogs has now had to take on an extra 2 jobs to be able to support things? So that makes it look like, oh, there's 3 jobs hired here, but it's actually just Joe. Poor little Joe is taking one hell of a gaping, and he's on his own, and he's shoveling it, and he's in a big pit, and he's trying to dig himself out of it. So he's had to take on 3 jobs. Positive story is the week did finish slightly higher though. The Dow gained 2%, S&P rose 1.5%, and the Nasdaq climbed 0.75% over the week. Like I said, the swing trades at Monday and Tuesday were strong. We sold a heap, and we've missed this drop. And believe it or not, this week is the start of earnings seasons. It's incredible. Like it just happens like a blink of an eye. Corporate earnings season kicks off. The big boys, the big banks, they need to kick off earnings season strong, or else this could be bad. My anticipation is this earnings period is really going to start showing the cracks. Key reports, consumer and producer inflation, retail sales and consumer confidence will become available next week. Meeting minutes from the FOMC's latest policy meeting held on the 20th to 21st will be released on Wednesday. Again, guys, a very turbulent week. I'm just doing what I did on last Tuesday/Wednesday. When I pulled my money out, I'm keeping that money out. If we get a rally for a couple of days, for a couple of weeks, I truly believe it will be short-lived and we will be going down. My plan from now on is on any rallies, any potential good bullish runs that we go on, I am going to be going short, rightly or wrongly. We also have an interesting thing with crypto. We'll look at the Bitcoin chart briefly in a moment, but Bitcoin has done reasonably well. We talked about it in the Discord there, and if you're interested in getting in the Discord to get all my insights, to get the live trades, to get everything that we talk about on the daily basis, to get a good idea of what to do sort of in advance of these things. Like I said, if you could have knew on Tuesday to sell everything in hindsight, would you have done that? Perhaps. And if you had done that, you would have saved yourself a lot of money. You can, of course, join the trading course. You get lifetime access to the Discord, so it's got great value in itself. You're pretty much getting the course free, really, if you think about it that way. Be a sheep like the majority or join the elite minority. It is a bit cheesy, but the stock market is now seen as the elite minority. 1% pretty much own all the wealth of the world. It is a minority, there's no doubt about that. You need to understand this. This is bigger than a stock. This is bigger than a company. This is about governments. This is about cash flow. This is about monetary policy. This is about everything that makes the world go round, all of which we try to understand in the Discord, and we try to educate on this channel. So if you're interested in that, please like and subscribe to the channel. Our asset classes to date, commodities starting to pull back. Covered that in tomorrow's video a bit, so I'm not going to repeat too much about it. Oil has come down. The dollar is still reasonably strong, but it has pulled back a bit, as I was saying. We're seeing all the bonds get very, very closer together along with the stock market. There is that transition starting to come, which is anticipated, which was expected, and Bitcoin is still taking one hell of a gaping. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin charts then. We can see here we have a sell symbol that's come on. It's starting to move below our averages. MACD starting to cross, RSI starting to go down. This is starting to look like the downtrend is back. We have, over the last sort of week or so, with all the pain that's come, it has held this $20,000 range pretty well. But if I was a betting man, I'd still say what I've been saying for the last 6 to 8 months. Bitcoin's going to go to the low teens at a bare minimum. If that scares you, buckle up. You can look here at some of the event calendars, some of the big earnings. We will be covering it in the Discord, of course. As always, I will share my earnings week chart in advance of the week, so look out for that, guys. Inflation reports is key. We need to see this pulling down. I feel personally like inflation has come down. I know a lot of people aren't going to say that, but when you're looking at the charts, you're looking at commodities, you're looking at these things that were really, really high, they're starting to come back. And that's kind of what they're saying here. Although it was slightly up last month, it is starting to slightly come down. September retail sales on Friday. The US Census Bureau will release its monthly report on retail sales for the month of September, indicating whether consumer spending remains strong. Again, another key indicator for the Fed. Moving on a bit more closer to home, we have Liz Truss here doing her best Alan Partridge impression. Aha, aha, you have made a balls up. Terrible appointment. Probably the worst prime minister already elected that we've ever seen. She has sunk the pound, she has sunk the economy, she has done a U-turn on taxes. She is literally just proven that she doesn't have a clue what she is doing, and she would be better going out and shoveling SHIT off the floor that a dog has left behind. As someone who works in the public domain, to see something like 200,000 jobs will need cut just to keep the debts from spiraling out of control is concerning. But if this is all getting a bit too heavy, if you're worried about your money and it's starting to get you down, don't worry, we have something that'll take your mind off it. Ukraine war world must act now to stop Russia nuclear threat, Zelensky says. Remember, this guy was on the news every single day. It's kind of just been forgot about. The media's just pushed it all away. Now it's all about energy crisis. The UK have said there may be blackouts this winter period. Can't wait for that. Hope you have your candles bought. The Instagram lifestyles that people live, the champagne lifestyles on cider budgets, all of that starts to catch up with people. People start breaking up, divorces, riots back in the 1980s. Even you think about hooliganism, how much that was in force in football. People just used to go out and fight, organise street fights, all of this, and that all happened on the back of the 1980s stock market crash. So don't worry about your money. There's far more social things that you need to be worried about right now. Are you in a position to be able to weather out any storms? Do you have a lot of cash on your hip? If you don't, try to get into that position. Don't get a haircut every few weeks. Even I, who can very much afford a haircut, I try to get at least 4 weeks out of it. Do what you can. I sold my car. Didn't need to. I sold it. Why? Because I want as much cash in the hips. I am sitting ready to capitalize on this. The rich will capitalize on this. What they do is they sink the market and then they ride it right back up. That's what they're doing. There is more people shorting this market than there is long in terms of hedge funds. The world is based on debt. Do not forget that. There is more debt in the world than there is actual money. The bond market is bigger than the stock market. The quicker you understand this, the quicker you can prepare for this, the quicker you can get on the right side of this, and you can capitalize on this. Let's have a look at the S&P. Not going to look at the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ is showing the same. I'm not short on the NASDAQ. The reason being, the NASDAQ, the growth stocks, they have taken the most pounding. Like I said, if you look at Virgin Galactic, it's down like 90%. 90% of your money is gone. That is unbelievable. So I'm not looking to really short the NASDAQ anymore. It's kind of against what most of my stocks are. They're growth stocks. So I'm kind of just going, no, we'll let that go. I'm looking towards more the S&P, still dancing around this level. I've been saying this since the 27th. We need to really break this level. We haven't done that yet. Is this finally going to be the week where we break it? If we fully break it, I'm just going every penny short on this market because I think it'll drop and it'll drop fast. But until such time we could get a bear rally, we could get a jump, I'm just going to buy shorts all the way up and I'm just going to keep it for the whole way down. And we are a long way away from the trend on these indices changing anytime soon. And I said it last week and I'll say it again, that poor bastard has not stopped crying this last year. Don't be a game bean. Please just join the Discord. Please just join the trading course. Learn how to do this. If you cannot do any of that, at least subscribe to the channel. I will catch you next week. Trade safe. I'll catch you all in the Discord, guys. We have a busy week ahead. I'm looking forward to it. I'm off most of the week. Codal video tomorrow. And if you're interested in watching another video right now, check out this one. This is about how to become a millionaire. This will hopefully pick up your spirits, let you know that things will come around. And I can assure you, in time, things will turn around. You will be in a far better position. And anyone that is switched on enough and that can survive this bear market, just like Argo blockchain, will be in for better times and financial freedom.